Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going to be hitting up the PU tier with the team given to me by Vulpix03. Now I'll be playing versus Ja. I found him on my Twitter. Twitter is probably the best place to try and get a Wi-Fi battle with me when I am asking. So feel free to follow me on twitter.com/JoeyPokeaim. Also twitch.tv/Pokeaim, another place where I am looking for Wi-Fi battles. Thank you by the way for all the support on that if you are new. Now I'm using a Choice Band Gumshoes. My opponent has nothing for it. Everything falls over to it. If Mesprit is defensive, it's 2-hit KO'd. Everything else is O-code by a Choice Band Gumshoes with Adaptability Return. Gumshoes does have 3 abilities. Strong Draw, which obviously boosts the biting type attacks. Stakeout, which doubles the power of moves if your opponent is switching in. And Adaptability, which doubles your stab attacks. So I'm leading off with Gumshoes because, like I said, his only way of KOing me is Primeape with close combat. Otherwise, nothing can knock me out on his team, and I pick up a KO. So he leads Mesprit, I lead Gumshoes. He U-turns on out of there, and right here, he pretty much has to pick a sack. At this point when he U-turned, he actually told me after he had to hope that I was a Strong Jaw set and went out into Primeape. If I was a Strong Jaw set, I would have went for the Crunch right there for sure. So he did not see the Choice Band return coming, and he is gone. Now, he goes right back out into Mesprit. At this range, I'm out of range of a Choice Scarf Psychic, so I decide to stay in right here, throw off another return, as he does go for the Stealth Rock. If he is an offensive variant with no HP investment, this guarantee knocks him out. Looks like though he is a defensive set, so I do end up going for the return right there. Do a lot to Mesprit as he's able to get up his rocks. I don't want rocks for the remainder of the game. I know that I can actually take a defensive Mesprit Psychic right there. As you guys saw, he had Rocky Helmet and took only around 65%. So I decided to actually go out to my Servine, which is faster. I do have the Eviolite. I could take any hit. And I decided just to defog away these rocks. Force him U-turn out of there as he does U-turn out into his Drampa. Now, Drampa is really... I'm sorry, I have to say it like that. Drampa is really, really strong. Much like my Gumshoes for my opponent. This Drampa, I have absolutely no switch-ins to if it is Choice Spec. So I decided to stand right here and go for the Glare. Not trying to actually get the full pair this turn, but to actually just guarantee slow him down to ensure 100% of the time that my Gumshoes coming in is going to outspeed it and knock it out with the Choice Band return. So I go for Synthesis right there. Though Servine would have been nice for pivoting in on Lantern, I decided that I'm just going to play the 1-for-1 game and go right out into Gumshoes right here and pretty much pick up my KO. If he stays in, this goes down even if it's a max HP. If he switches out, something goes down to a Choice Band return. I might have called it Frustration earlier, my bad. But it is Choice Band return, Adaptability boosted. Mesprit falls over, which means I do not have to deal with rocks, which is really nice because I just sacked my Defoggers. So right now he is going to go out into his... I believe this is his Pinsir. Yes, thankfully. I'm sorry, the nicknames are actually throwing me off. I do remember the battle. I did just have it, but my best switching is actually Mudsdale. I do also have a Quillfish, but I want to keep that around just because it can get up a spike. And if he goes for Earthquake, I don't want to take that, even though he doesn't have Hypercut or he does have Motor Breaker, and I do have Intimidate. So I go Mudsdale right there because I can take the hit and then get the Stamina Defense boost and get up my Stealth Rock. He predicts that very well. Either my Mudsdale or my Quillfish double out into his Lantern. I decided to actually go Quillfish right here on the Scald. I didn't think he would Volt Switch on my ground type. If he did, very good play on his part, but ends up going for Scald. I know that Quillfish can actually take any hit from this Lantern unless it is offensive, and based on the Scald damage, it's more of a defensive variant, or either way, it doesn't knock out Quillfish with the Volt Switch after. And Quillfish's main purpose in this game was to actually check the Primeape. So because Primeape actually went down, and the fact that Primeape also had Defiant, so it wasn't even the best check, I decided just to go for a Spike right here to wear him down, as he is going to bring out his Skuntank. Spike is actually really important because it means that Pinsir cannot switch in twice to close combat. Basically, it guarantees that close combat from my Scarf Primeape, which does have a good chance of sweeping now that his main fighting resist, the defensive Mesprit, is gone. Can 2-hit KO Pinsir if it does come in. Well, it's actually a guaranteed 3-hit KO, which I mean that Pinsir can't switch in twice. So I go right out into my Silvally Dragon right here, go right for the Outrage. Basically, Skuntank was his defogger. If he opted to defog right there, then I 2-hit KO'd him with Outrage. Regardless of the play that he made, I decided to just go for Outrage because if I get the main damage off on Skuntank, again, that's the other Pokemon besides Pinsir on his team that guarantee outspeeds my Gumshoes. I pretty much make it that when Gumshoes comes in, like I said, it picks up that KO. So I go right for 2 Outrages. We get a nice Black Hole Eclipse. We do survive it. I love the animation, by the way, which is part of the reason why I play Wi-Fi. I love the way the aesthetics, but go for the outrage, take a little bit of aftermath, but I am able to survive as he is going to bring out his lantern. Now right here, I could switch out. I could actually go Primeape, eat the hit, and go for Earthquake from there, but basically, the game plan is if I don't break through confusion and I go down, I get in Gumshoes and I click return and pick up a KO. If I do break through, great. I can actually go Primeape, which is safer than going Gumshoes since Gumshoes doesn't guarantee outspeed this. Again, I am adamant max speed investment, but if Lantern is running just a bit of speed, it does outspeed. So because I did break through, I can actually go Primeape because he is in range of close combat and just throw off close combat. Him knowing that that spike actually ensures that Pinsir is guaranteed 3 KO'd by this close combat. He actually decides to sack his Gumshoes right here. Excuse me, Drampa. Sorry. They're both normal attacks. My bad, guys. He decides to sack his Drampa right here as he is going to bring out his Pinsir. Now, he knows that I do have Mudsdale in the back. He knows it's my initial switching. He knows it has stamina. He knows I can take a hit from Pinsir and knock it out. So me knowing that he is going to double right here into Lantern, but also making the best possible play this turn, I actually double or switch out rather into my Gumshoes as he does pull that double that he needed to make. I called this play and I had no reason to stay in because this is the best opportunity for me to make sure that Pinsir does not set up if it is a Swords Dance variant, and it's also the best opportunity for me to pick up another KO with Gumshoes because he does go Lantern. Again, it could not knock me out of that range. I can go right for the Choice Band return. Though he does burn me, it actually means that Gumshoes does not KO the Pinsir, which meant that he would not be able to SD this turn. But either way, with the burn from the Scald, it does not matter. Gumshoes does not care. Look how much, and Pinsir has good defense, guys. Pinsir has really decent defense, solid defense at that. Look how much this Choice Band return does, even through the burn. It almost picks up the KO on Pinsir as he is able to SD, but at that point, it does not matter because Primeape is Scarf. It always actually outsped anyway, and unless he was like a quick attack Pinsir, and even then he needed more damage on me, I can go right out into Primeape, pick up that KO with close combat, and that is going to be game. So basically, I made the call, which was going Gumshoes. I knew he would double, but the best play was going Gumshoes because if he did double, Gumshoes always lived the hit and picked up a KO, and it also prevented my opponent from Swords Dancing for free, meaning that I didn't have to hit Stone Edge with my Primeape. I could go for close combat. But either way, guys, I do hope you all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.